Hey, CharlotteN.C, thank you for stopping by my channel. If you're here for the first time, be sure to go down here and click subscribe. After that, ring the bell so you're notified every time we put a video out. We're here at the Nascar Hall of Fame in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to be looking at some old cars, history of NASCAR, and some really neat stuff. But right after this station, identification. NASCAR started out in the family garage, modifying parts to make your car go faster. Why? Because we were hauling moonshine. And a fast car meant we could stay one step ahead of revenue. You had to have a fast car.
Dangerous activity. It was usually driven to buyers under the cover of night, with law enforcement known at that time as revenuers possibly waiting around any turn. North Carolina native and NASCAR legend Junior Johnson began hauling moonshine for his father at age 14.
There's Junior. Him and my stepfather were good friends. Hauled moonshine together. 57 Plymouth Belvedere.
There's no way. Well, you know the movie Cars?
Look at the race car here. This is a 1952 Hudson Hornet. When they raced back in 1952, they raced in cars just like this, with the headlights still in them. After you finish the race, you go to the drive-in movie and then go home. Okay, here's a 1957 Ford Fairlane that was driven by Fireball Roberts. There was a song written about him. It started out, Fireball, Fireball, the greatest racing driver of them all. All these cars. Here's a 1992 Ford Thunderbird. 1999 Chevy Monte Carlo. You see, they're getting a little more sleeker.
Kyle Busch, he can divide fans.
2005 Monte Carlo.
No question, he is one of the most talented drivers NASCAR.
2003 Chevrolet. It's kind of hard to tell in the video from the pitch of this track. Check this out. This is a 33-degree incline that these cars go around the track on. You can't hardly walk up this thing. There's another driver that everybody knows. It's known as the King, Richard Petty. Here's an engine that's been taken apart. These things are engineered with the precision of something from NASA. Look how these pistons have been shaved down to get the ultimate horsepower. Here's some of the cars that belong to some of the NASCAR greats, stock car greats, Red Baron, Orion. Robert Yates.
The right tool for the job of building a legend. They are powered with racing fuel.
Back in the 60s, 70s, when a race was going on TV, you sat in your recliner with a big glass iced tea and watched it.
Every race is
the talk going on about the media. This is when the media was real. They covered the races and filmed and recorded everything that was going on. So when you were sitting there in the chair at home, you know exactly what you were missing. There's an experience they have at the NASCAR Hall of Fame where you actually can go inside and climb inside one of the cars. And they have a little TV in there to simulate going around the track. Here's some fire suits. It's got all advertising on it. Because you got to know these cars cost lots of money and a lot of money to keep them up, so they need sponsors. And hey, Carolina Tony wasn't hurt with a few sponsors himself. Hey, look at all these fire suits. From the ceiling all the way to the floor. Inside the fire suit, they wore Nomex underwear. This was flame retardant. Because in the event of a fire, that would be a bad thing. Here's a driving suit with a cooling liner, the little tubes where water would circulate through, cooling the driver. Because imagine having to sit inside that hot car all day long. And how does a crew keep an eye on the driver? Well, they sit on top of the toolbox with a monitor right there on the top. Look at that. If you've got a $1 million race car, you want to haul that thing around in style inside your own custom truck and workshop. All these race drivers got their lockers, places to fix some snacks. The thing is so clean. Here's in front of the lounge where the race drivers would relax before the race.
2, 1, and go. Be good pair. Back in. Hold it there. Here's the top left, turn red. Hold it. Just up. Okay, I take over here, twist and drop it. Okay. 37 seconds. 37 seconds. That's fast.
But when you got a whole crew, it's a whole lot faster. I'm not a good tire changer anyway.
Gun hose caught, and that is going to cost Kyle Busch a lot of positions lost for the 18 team and Kyle.
This thing looks really old, but this is a pit cart from 1972 that they used to haul parts and gas and food, not food, but water out into the pits from the driver's truck or tent. I tell you how serious this NASCAR stuff is cars have to be shaped and formed a certain way, and they had these templates they put over a car to make sure that they're all the same and they're all on the same playing field, so to say, because just a little deviance in your body shape or body style can give you an edge. such as this frame right here. It fits down over a car so they can measure and make sure you're not cheating. It's like I said, just a little lower can cut the air drag on this thing and make you go faster. Side windows on the side of a car, they have to be a certain thickness, and they check that because shaving off just a little bit can alter the weight and giving that driver another edge. Here's another edge that at one time drivers could get in the drinking system. This would be mounted on the door. The driver could take sips of water or Gatorade while he was racing, but this was unapproved because what would happen is they'd mount it on the left side and they would put lead in it to gain that little edge. They inspect these cars like you wouldn't believe. Said that when they find something illegal or questionable, they can confiscate the part and tag it and use it in court. They even go as far as smelling the parts to make sure they're proper. For instance, this fuel cell is illegal. They must be a specific design and they must open into the fuel tank itself. When they qualify, they have to qualify with a full tank of fuel. Changing the wheels so slight as a millimeter can gain all the advantage. But no, they won't let you do that because they even check that with a giant micrometer. Here's the inside of a stock car so you can get an idea of the roll cage. It's used to protect the driver. This thing is built tough. Even the seat is reinforced. And inside the cockpit of a race car, there's a seat where you're strapped in, where if this thing goes flying apart at 175, 180 miles an hour, your chances of surviving are a lot greater than in one of those stock cars from the 50s. The evolution of a racing engine. This is from a 1939 Ford. It's called a stock Ford flathead V8. Here's from a 1948. Nothing like today's powerhouse engines. A long ways to a precision machine like this. Here's something that's kind of neat. This helmet. You see the little port right there at the back? Air conditioning. It's awful hot inside a race car. There's another helmet with the air conditioning vent system. This one here is on the side. More fire suits with all types of advertising. This is Sam Martin. He didn't have a whole lot of advertising. And this was from 1984. From Family Car. To race car. Just some slight modifications. From 1969 to 2004, these things were, actually this ball right here was at the Daytona Speedway at Daytona Beach, Florida. And this was called a spotter's ball. This is the actual ball that was used so people could be inside and keep an eye on what was going on the track. There's a picture. Guy at Daytona sticking his head out. Bill France. It was in 1969. And there's the ball itself at Talladega, or a ball like this at Talladega. You can look right out onto the track. This is a section of a safer barrier wall, and this particular section was at the Texas Motor Speedway. 2008, Michael McDowell hit this section during a qualifying and said despite incredible impact, the wall system with recent changes to NASCAR left him unharmed, and he walked away. And this metal with styrofoam behind it to absorb the impact. As with just about every kind of neat thing that you go and you explore, you have to go through the gift shop to get out. But they've got the merch in here, so if you're into racing, you can get about anything you could think of, from tumblers. I run on moonshine, octane, and gasoline. You got me good? Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that. I know I sure did. Y'all be sure to subscribe if you hadn't, and be sure to ring that bell so you get a notification every time we put a video out, which is always Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But for now, I'm fixing to hit the track. Y'all have a good day.
He'll take the lead as they go down the backstretch, as he comes down to turn number 4 to claim his first ever Cup Series. Starts, it's the Ford EcoBoost 400. Harvick to the bottom of the racetrack again. Larson with the momentum.